Anyone? Today is our first class. I would like to know people here. I just recited a teaching mantra, which is the source from where it is taken. Anyone? Because we all are UGC aspirant here, so I assume that you all have studied bit yoga somewhere in your master's, bachelor's. Anyone? Okay. No one? No one would like to answer. I asked the question that teaching mantra Om Sahana Bhavatu is taken from which source? Yes, Babita ji.
Upanishad.
Can you repeat? Mahapatra ji, can you repeat? Upanishad. That's very correct. Which is from Krishna Yajurved. And you can write down the reference also. This mantra is teaching mantra. Is taken from Krishna Yajurved, Tatri Upanishad, second Valli, 2.2.2. Right? And what this mantra means? That means, may God protect both teacher and student and nourishes us both. May our studies be enlightened together and there is no hate among us. Right? So here we are bonding that guru and disciple, and our institute name is also the same. Right? Okay, so I assume that you have studied at least once and touched all Hatha Yogic Granth, basic Granth at least, Hatha Pradipika and Gheranda Samhita. Am I right? Please give me a thumbs up. There is a option to do that. Yeah. So please tell me the time period of Hatha Pradipika. I need a base to build.
1400 to 1600.
To be precise, it's 15th century. When it is in 1600, it is called 15th. It is Hatha Pradipika is 15th century and Gheranda Samhita is 17th century. Hatha Pradipika was written by
Swatmaramji.
And Gheranda Samhita is written by
Maharishi Gherand.
This is a dialogue between two people.
Chandra Kapali and Maharishi Gherand.
Gherand. Okay, we in UGC net syllabus there are 8 Hatha Yogic texts, in which like out of 3 or 4 texts are the dialogues between the people. Can you tell me the name? Which is other Hatha Yogic text where there is dialogue between the two people?
Shiv Samhita.
Yes.
Shiv Samhita, Shiv Parvati के बीच में conversation है.
Okay, that is one. Shiv Samhita. Another one.
Vasishta Samhita.
Yogic, Shiv and Parvati.
Yogic again is Shiv and Parvati. And someone said Vasishta Samhita. That is a dialogue between
Vasishta and his putra Shakti.
Shakti, very nice. So that's why we have covered all the points from all 8 granthas, right? Which were the dialogues between what? Can you tell me the Kal or time period of Vasishta Samhita?
1150.
Very nice, very good. Chalo. Now, the basic difference, if I would ask, between the Hatha Yoga Pradipika and the need, or why was the need for this Gheranda Samhita, the difference? Why it is different from Hatha Pradipika? Am I audible?
There is a little extension in Shuddhi Kriyas, and even there are methods of different methods of dhyana there.
first I would like to start that is a Saptanga Yoga and that was Chaturanga Yoga.
Yes.
When Maharshi Swatmaramji wrote her Yoga Pradipika, he mentioned Chaturanga Yoga. There were 4 parts of that. Can you elaborate on that? What were the 4 parts of that Hatha Yoga Pradipika?
Asana, pranayam, mudra, nada.
Completed?
Nadanusandhana.
Nada and sandhana. That is
Yeah.
samadhi also.
Okay. So that was Chaturanga Yoga. How many Swami Swatmaramji emphasized that Shuddhi Kriya is required before the pranayama. That is a very basic difference which you have to, as a UGC student, when you want to crack JRF, you have to write down these small things that he emphasized that Shuddhi Kriya to be done before the pranayama, not before asana. Here in Gheranda Samhita, because it was in 17th century and it was a build-up on Hatha Yoga Pradipika itself. So they took it along further and he said that purification very much required because it is a ghatastha yoga. We have to purify our ghat. Ghat is equivalent to our body, right? So he suggested that we should do the Shuddhi Kriya even before the asana. Okay, very basic difference. Now, one more thing I would like to ask: how many asanas were there in Hatha Yoga Pradipika?
15.
15 asanas. And can anyone just like short form or mnemonics to be apne yaad kiya ho? Can you elaborate on that?
Swagovi Kuku Udam Pamas.
Very
Siddha Bhadra.
Very nice. This is the sequence we all have remembered. Otherwise, it's very difficult. When in the question paper the question will come in which are the similar asanas in both the grantha and which are not. So if we remember Hatha Yoga Pradipika's all 15 asana, it becomes very easier for us to learn other name of the asana and what are not there in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. So to elimination method, to use the elimination method, it is very important that at least we should by heart the asanas of Hatha Yoga Pradipika in the same sequence. Swa, go, vi, ko, udha, ma, pa, ma, sha, si, pa, si, bha. Though jo last ke 4 hai, si, pa, si, bha. Those are the main asanas which are given the most important. And the best asana is called which one? Anyone?
Siddhasana.
Siddhasana.
Okay, best pranayama. Kumbhak. Best Kumbhak.
Keval Kumbhak.
Keval Kumbhak. Best Shuddhi Kriya.
Noli.
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 Nice. Or best Avastha of Nadanusandhan.
Lai.
That is Nad is best Lay. Which is the best in Nad? That is Lay. And the Avastha is Sahaja Avastha. That is Unmani Avastha. That is your Kevalya. Okay. So let's start now. Few more questions because it is a build up on the same thing. The sequence of the Shuddhi Kriya and Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Anyone can tell me? The sequence of Shuddhi Kriya. How many Shuddhi Kriyas are there in Hatha Yoga Pradipika?
6. Niti, Dhauti, Kapalbhati,
Sequence में. All the questions will come in the sequence. Either the fill in the blanks will come, or like you have to by heart the whole shloka or the sequence of the Shuddhi Kriya. Dhauti, Basti, Tatha, Neti, Tatakam, Naulikam, Tatha, Kapalabhatishtani, Shatkarmani, Pichakshate. So that way, that is the sequence. The basic difference between the Hatha Yoga Pradipika and the Gheranda Samhita, you just have to learn. That is my trick, the way I remember it, that in Gheranda Samhita, the LT, just remember alphabetically, L comes first and T comes later. So Lodiki and Tratakam, that is the sequence. Just write, make a note, some note in your book right now and mention it that in Gheranda Samhita, the Noli is called Loliki, as you all know, and then comes the Trata. So if you only remember the Gheranda Samhita LT, automatically you will remember that the Noli comes later in Hatha Pradipika. That is the like very small clue, but in exam time when you are facing the problem, these small clues are going to help you to crack the question. Okay. This book in UGC NET, you have to be very specific in following the which book you are referring. Like for Hatha Pradipika, you all have to refer only the Kaivalya Dhyan book. Okay. But here you have to refer Munger, Bihar School of Yoga. See, I was talking about this sequence. The L and T, alphabetically L comes first and T comes later. So just remember it this way. This book was printed in 1802. पर इसका जो काल है, the time period of Gheranda Samhita is 17th century. One more thing, just make you note that this Gheranda Samhita was written, it's a dialogue between the Guru and the disciple. Guru is Maharishi Gherand and the disciple is Raja Chandragupali. There are 353 shlok in total. Just write down.
Ma'am, please repeat the number of the shlok.
Ma'am, can you please repeat what you just said, the guru and the disciple's name?
Okay. This is the dialogue between the Guru, that is Maharishi Gheranda, and the disciple is Raja Chandragupali, who went, okay, this is the first shlok. Ekada Chandakapali Gatva Gheranda Kutiram Pranamya Vinaya Kritva Gheranya Pari Prachakti. Yani ki one day King Chandragupali went to the sage Gheranda to ask to know what, that is the second thing, to Tattva Jnana. He wanted to know the Tattva Jnana. What is Tattva Jnana? Nothing but self-realization. Okay? To know the Brahma Gyan, he went to Maharishi Gheranda. So in these two shloka, that is important. Why he went there? To receive Tattva Jnana. To whom? Maharishi Gheranda, who went? Raja Chandragupali. Okay, the number was 353 and you just break it down. The first one is Shatakarma. In that you have 60 shlok. In Asan 45. In Mudra 100. Mudra and Bandha is together. That is 100. Pratyahar is the smallest chapter where we have only 5 sutras. Shlok, not sutra. In Pranayam 98. In Dhyan 22. And in Samadhi Prakaran 23. In total 353. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now that he asked such a question, he was so pleased कि तुमने, like, what beautiful question you have asked. So he was very happy. Just like the Nachiketa asked question to the Yamaraj, and then he gave one more word extra. He fulfilled one more desire. So that way, whenever some disciple ask very good question, they become the sages become very happy that even we are curious to know the Tattva Jnana. This is very important shlok. Just mark it very important. Nasti Maya Sama Pasho Nasti Yogat Param Balam Nasti Jnanat Paro Bandhu Ahankar Paro Ripu. Very, very important. Just mark it. The question will come that Maya, Yog, Gyan, Ahankar. But then you have to match it with Pash, Balam, Bandhu, Ripu. So both the side to you have to like match the followings. Okay. So nasti maya sama. Maya is equal to a fetter. It's a chain which is tied to you, to bandhana of this world. Maya is the delusion which binds it to the world, and yoga is that power, that bal, that force which can bring us out of this illusion, this delusion, right? Nasti jnanat paro. That knowledge, jnana is knowledge. That is param bandhu. He is a very good friend of ours who can like the cause is avidya. Avidya is the cause of everything. Vidyan is that bandhu who helps us, and ahankar is that ripu. Ripu, it means
Enemy.
enemy, foe, right? So very, very important. Mark it very important. The question definitely comes from this sutra. You don't have to by heart the shlok, but remember it. Sometimes it may come as fill in the blanks or the match the following. He says we have to practice yoga in a sequence. Like when we start learning English, we have to learn A, B, C, D. So that way there are so many steps to go through to reach the Param Gyan, that is Brahma Gyan. There are steps which we have to follow. That's what the Maharishi Gherand is saying here. This is again very important, that the vicious cycle of birth and death is repeated. What is the cause? The question will come like that. So answer will be the Sukrat and Dushkrat karma. These are two types of karma explained in Gheranda Samhita, which is the cause, basic cause of this vicious cycle which you are following of death and birth, right? So mark it important. Sukrat and Dushkrat. Okay, so here Maharishi Gherand is comparing the body to a vessel, and what he's saying, the karmas bind us to this thing, body. So important is what? That we purify and strengthen our body to prepare for the tapas, which will come in the yoga sadhana further. So we like when we make a pot from the clay, it has to be baked in a kiln to be very strong to hold water. It is required that we purify and strengthen our body before we do the tapas of yoga sadhana. So that's why Ghata Shuddhi is the term which is referred, and Ghat is prepared with the body. Okay, so this is all about. Now Sapta Sadhanam. That is again a very important shlok. Mostly earlier question used to come. Now it has become very easy, so they don't ask this straight question like that. It's going to be difficult than this, right? So Shodhanam Dharata Cheva Stariya Dherya Chalaghavam Pratyaksham Cha Niliptam Cha Ghatasya Saptasadhanam. If you can by heart or remember the shlok, very nice. If you can't, just remember the sequence of the Saptanga Yoga, that first comes what, and according to their benefit, you can arrange it properly. So if you can't by heart, that's perfectly fine. If you can, very nice. So like asan. सबसे पहले the Shuddhi Kriya, the Shatkarm gives the Shodhanam. Then Asan gives the Dhrata. Mudra Theriam. Pratyahara Dheriam. Pranayam Laghavam. Someone is saying something. I can't hear properly. Someone wants to say, please raise your hand. Should I go ahead? Any question?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So remember this sequence. Shodhanam Dharata Cheva Tharya Dherya Chalaghavam Pratyaksham Cha Nirliptam Cha Ghatasya Sapta Sadhanam. Pratyaksham comes from which sequence? Anyone can tell me? Dhyan. Okay. So this is the sequence. First is Shat Karma, Asan, Mudra, Pratyahara, Pranayama, Dhyana, and Nirliptam comes from Samadhi. So these are the 7 Ang which Maharishi Gheranda explained to the Chandrakrupali. Very important, mark it. You have to learn it.
Ma'am, you said some deep question will come. So how will be that question? Like, what are we expected to learn it deeply? How we are?
Earlier question used to come that Shodhanam is benefit of what? Okay. Yeah, someone can. So now this direct question that you have to know only one fact will not be repeated. Now they will expect that put 4-5 facts together and receive one answer from you.
Okay, so complete sequence and every thing's benefit we should be knowing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I explained how Hat Pradipika sequence of the Shatkarma is different from this. So these are the minute points which you have to remember. Okay, I'll be explaining whatever is very little and very important. I will explain it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, just mark it important here and learn. Here I would like to ask one question. Anyone can tell me Sthirata, Arogyata, Laghavam is benefit of what? In Hatha Yoga Pradipika?
Asana.
Asana, very important. So all 3 are repeated here. Correct? All 3 are repeated here. So this is like you can compare it with Hatha. Whenever you are reading the text, always compare it with other Hatha Yogic Granth and mark it how that is different from that. That way you will be able to remember minute things. So here they are explaining each. Will be reading later. Shatkarma Shodhanam cha asanam bhave dradam mudraya sthirta cheva pratyaharena dhirata pranayam laghavam cha dhyanam pratyaksham samadhinam nam nirliptam cha mukti revana shanchay. This shlok used to come like fill in the blanks or which is the benefit of what. So please remember it. It is important. Now let's start Shatkarma. I already told you the basic difference between Hatha Yoga Pradipika and this one, that it is very detailed version of that. What was given by Maharishi Swatma Ramji. Here it is very deep. Even Dhauti and the types is very elaborated. So basic difference, the sequence they may ask, this sequence belong to which Grantha? So this is the basic table which you all have to remember that first of all, Dhauti is of 4 types. Anta Dhauti, Danta Dhauti, Rida Dhauti, Mula Shodhan. First the sequence Dhauti, Basti, Tatha Neti, Lolikim, Tratikam, Tatha, Kapalabhati, Chetani, Shatkarmani, Prachakshate. So this is the sequence. Even in Dhauti, there are Anta Dhauti, Danta Dhauti, Rida Dhauti, and the Mula Shodhan. Can you tell me what is the other name of Mool Shodhan?
Chakri.
No, that is in Hatha Tanavali. The normal common name used for Mool Shodhan is Ganesh Kriya. Okay. Yeah. So Anta Dhauti is again divided into 4 parts. Vatsara, Varisara, Varisara, and Bahishkrit Dhauti. The Bahishkrit Dhauti is also known as the Mahadhauti. We'll be going through each one in detail. Just remember the sequence and the chart, very important. From here, the questions usually come. Here, the question will come, which one is not a part of Rida Dhauti. So 3 will be given from Rida Dhauti and 1 will be from Danta Dhauti. Then you have to identify. The question will come like that. Okay, so Vat matlab Vayu, so air. Vari matlab आपका water. So Varisara Dhauti, the later Bihar school of yoga, explained it as Shankh Prakshalan. So usually the question comes the sequence of 5 asana which we have to do in Shankh Prakshalan. The question will come, what are the 5 asana, the sequence of that, either you have to put them in sequence. So can anyone tell me the 5 asana to be done in Shankh Prakshalan? Anyone? Tadasan, Triyak Tadasan, Katichakrasan.
Tadasan, Tiriyak Tadasan, Katichakrasana, Tiriyak Bhujangasana, and
Udar Krishnasana.
Udara Krishnasana.
Very nice. So the sequence has to be remembered, right? Then the Vahini means fire. Varisara Dhauti, that is also known as Agnisar Kriya. Bahishkrit Dhauti is also known as Mahadhauti. And there is a separate part of it that is called Prakshalan Karma. That is also part of Bahishkrit Dhauti, which is not being followed because that is very advanced type of Shat Karma. Normal people cannot follow that. That is called Vaishkat Dhauti. Then Danta Dhauti. Danta Dhauti types are Danta Mula, Jihva Mula, Karna Mula, or Kapala Randra. So it becomes 5 because we have 2 ears. So if the question comes, how many type of Danta Dhautis are there? So 5. Okay, 2 Karna Randra and 4 other. Hridaya Dhauti is of 3 types: Danda, Vamana, Vatsara. Then comes the Mool Shodhan, which is also known as the Ganesh Kriya. Basti is of 2 types: Jal, Sthala, Neti. Usually it is only Sutra Neti, which is given in all the Granthas. Laliki is only, here they have given many division, but in exam it is only 1. Trataka, usually 1. There are no types, but Kapalbhati there are 3 types: Vat Karma, Vyut Karma, Sheet Karma. You have to remember the types for your knowledge, but in exam they are not going to ask you how many type of Noli is there, yeah, how many type of Basti. Basti will definitely, there are 2 types, but Neti, Jal Neti is not considered. It is not given in any Grantha, only Sutra Neti. Loliki is also 1 type, Tratak is also 1 type, that external Antaranga, Adho, Netra, ye nahi aayega, only 1 type. Kapalbhati is of 3 types that you have to remember: Vat Karma, Vyut Karma, Sheet Karma. Remember this chart, mark it important. Yeah, yes, please.
Ma'am, about Neti, you said Sutra Neti is 1 type. So about Noli, which one is the type which is mentioned in Sutras, Shlokas?
Shlokas, there is no explanation, only Brahmar is given.
Okay.
Okay. So, agar aata hai, it's only 1 type. Let's start Dhauti. Anta Dhauti, Danta Dhauti, Hridaya Dhauti, Mool Shodhanam, Dhauti Chaturvidha Vitva, Ghatam Kurvanti Nirmalam. So what is the fayda? That Ghat becomes Nirmal. Ghat becomes purified. That is the main benefit of this shloka. That Anta Dhauti, these are the 4 types. So Anta Dhauti, Danta Dhauti, Hridaya Dhauti and Mool Shodhanam are the 4 types of Dhauti Kriya. And इससे क्या होगा? The Ghat becomes Nirmal. Ghat is our body. Nirmal means becomes purified. Now the Anta Dhauti has 4 types, as I explained earlier. So same thing you have to remember: Vatsara, Varisara, Varisara, and Bahishkrit. Now that you should know that Vat means air, Vari means it's Shankh Prakshalan because it is to do with the water. And water, it was converted into Shankh Prakshalan by Bihar School of Yoga. Vahini is Agni, so it becomes Agnistar, and Bahishkat is Mahadhauti and the Prakshalan Karma, which is very advanced type of Dhauti Kriya. Ghatasya Nirmalat Anta Shruti Vidya. So he says, ये चारों को ही these all 4 types of dhautis are to purify our body, and these are the types. How to do the Vatsara dhauti? Kak means crow. You have to make your lips round and make a beak like a crow. And drink water. Drink means you have to suck the air inside your body. Chalaye dudaram. Dudaram means udar mein iska chalan karna hai. Means udar means stomach. You have to move the air in your stomach. And पश्चिमात माने रेचन. इसका रेचन कहां से करना है? पश्चिम से. ओके, रेचन करना है पश्चिम से और पान करना है. You have to drink the air by making a rounded mouth like a crow and drink the air, suck the air slowly. Chalan karna hai means move the air through your stomach, and then rechan karna hai. The 3 anyone who can tell me the 3 steps of pranayama according to Hatha Yoga Pratipika? 3 steps of pranayama.
Pura Recham.
Pura Rechak Kumbham. The same thing here is Rechan. Rechan means exhalation of the air. Pura inhalation, Kumbhak is retention of the air. Okay, how many type of Kumbhak is explained in Hatha Yoga Pratipika?
Eight types.
Kumbhak.
Ashtakumbhak.
सूर्यभेदी उज्जयी शीतकारी शीतली भस्त्रिका भ्रामरी मूर्छा प्लावनी.
Very nice. Good job. Like this, you have to remember the sequence. Now, tell me the difference in Hatha Yoga Pratipika and Gheranda Samhita, the sequence of pranayama. Tell me. Difference. The important thing is to remember the difference between the 2.
Are there 10 kumbhaks?
Yes.
I don't know the name.
Pavani is not mentioned in the Gherand.
Yeah. Very good. Just mark it that how it is different from these 2. Let's go ahead. Now the Maharishi Gherand explains that what Vatsara Dhauti does. The benefit of Vatsara, that your Vatsaram Param Gopyam. This is all the Kriyas are usually said to be very secretive in nature. Deha Nirmal Karakam. Isse your body becomes purified. Sarva Rog Shay Karam. Dehnal Vivardhanam. We have 13 type of fire in our body. Can anyone tell me what are 13 types of fire? Someone has raised your hand now. Please go ahead. Okay. Any answer? We have 5 Panch Bhut Agni, Sapt Dhatu Agni, and 1 is Jatharagni. When there are many words will be given in Hatha Yoga Pratipika, somewhere it is written Jatharagni Diktam. So you have to learn that is Jatharagni. Tehnal Vivardhanam means other 12 Agnis are going to be ignited here. So remember the difference between the 2. Maybe questions will come this deep. Okay, that you have to remember the difference, which is the Jatharagni Diptam, which is Dehanal Vivardhanam. So underline the word Dehanal Vivardhanam, and Nirmal Karakam means it purifies your body. It removes all the impurities and the illness from the body, and it ignites your body fire, other 12 type of body fire. Varisara Dhauti, okay, which is later explained as Shankha Prakshalan. Akanta Puriyet Dwari, Vakten Cho Pibechane, Chaliye Dudarene, Chodarene Chaye Dadha. Varisar Param Gopyam, Deha Nirmal Karakam. Same thing which was explained earlier. Sadhya Tat Priyatanam, देवदेह प्रवत्य. इससे क्या होगा? What is the benefit? That देह निर्मल होगा and it becomes like godly soul, godly body, not soul. Devadeham. How to do it? You need to drink water till your throat. Then you have to move the water in your udar. Udar is stomach, and then you have to pass it through adhomarg. Adhomarg. Write the word adhomarg. मतलब आपका जो excretory system है उससे then you have to remove the water. तो two thing important. कहाँ से इसका चालन करना है? उदर में. And how to remove from adhomarg. What is the benefit? Deha nirmal karakam. And the other one is devadeham. So here my question in Hatha Yoga Pratipika, devadeham. Devadeham is benefit of which out of 4 anga, which is from which anga we become devadeham in Hatha Yoga Pratipika.
Udaram.
Can you repeat?
Udaram, udaram.
Mudra, mudra.
Nadanusandhan, the first avastha, Arambha avastha. The benefit of that you become Divya Deham. And the fourth one, जो आपका है Nishpatti avastha, you become Deva Deham. So Nadanusandhan, first and fourth step also has the same benefit as Varisara Dhauti. These are the small points which you compare when you do the comparative study. You have to remember from exam point of view. So these are because this is Varisara Dhauti, was later converted into Shamprakshalan by Bihar School of Yoga. First is Tadasan. We all do the Tadasan. It's the same. Then Triyak Tadasan. It helps the water to move in your stomach. These all postures are designed in such a way that it moves down, the downward movement of the water. Then Gati Chakrasana. Okay. Then Triyak Bhujangasana. So very important question. In last exam it had come that from which asana the water will go to small intestine, not the large intestine, small intestine. Anyone?
Triyak Bhujang.
Here in Kati Chakrasana, the water will move from the valve, that is pyloric valve, and move into the, please make a note, it is very important. Last time it had come in anatomy. By doing Kati Chakrasana, the water will move from your esophageal to small intestine from pyloric valve. Okay. Now in Triyak Bhujangasana, the water will further move from small intestine to large intestine using which valve? Ileocecal valve. Can anyone tell me the 3 parts of small intestine? Not the large intestine. First, small intestine.
Duodenum, ileum, and jejunum.
You have mixed up the sequence. First is, repeat.
Duodenum,
Jejunum,
jejunum, and then ileum.
So ileum, and the first part is colon and cecal. So cecal becomes ileocecal valve. So that way you can remember ileum is the last part of the small intestine and cecal is the first part of large intestine. So this valve will help the water to move down into the large intestine. This asana, so last time question came for the pyloric valve, maybe this time this question may come. So mark it important. That Udar crush, Triyak Bhujanga asana helps water to move into large intestine. And the last one is Udar Krishna asana. I hope I'm clear to everyone. Okay. So these are the 5 asana which you all have to remember in sequence, their benefits, and 2 important balls from which the water moves in small intestine and large intestine. And this, which dhoti we are reading? Shank Prakshalan is other name of which type of dhoti?
Varisara.
Varisara.
And what is the benefit of this dhoti?
Divya Deham and Deha Nirmal.
Deha Nirvalaptam. Just make a note of it. While doing the revision, this will help you a lot. The third one is Rehani Sar Dhauti. That is also because Rehani is fire, so it becomes Agni Sar Kriya, which ignites your Jatharagani, the 13th type of fire, which I explained. Can anyone tell me the Sapta Dhatu?
रस रक्त मांस मेद अस्थि मज्जा शुक्र.
Rakta Rasa.
रक्त रस मांस मेद अस्थि मज्जा शुक्र.
Very nice. Good job. Okay, so these are the Sapta Dhatu and Sapta Agni. Sapta Dhatu Agni is that only. Pancha Tattva we all know. And that is Pancha Bhutagni and one is Jatharagni. So here Maharishi Gheranda says, Nabhi Granthim Meru Prashte Shatvarakam Cha Karyet Agni Saramiyam Dhauti Yoginam Yoga Siddhida Udaramayajam Tattu Katva Jatharaginim Vivardhanam. So remember this word, Jatharagini Vivardhanam. Esha Dhauti Paragopyam Devanam Mapi Dullabha Kevalam Dhoti Matarena Devadeham Bhave Duvam. So Nabhi Granthi, your navel, you have to pull it inside, or you have to engage your core muscles, pull it inside and move it 100 times, right? Remember it. The question comes in which kriya you have to move 100 times. Nabhi Granthi, you have to मेरु पृष्ठे मतलब आपको इसको स्पाइन में पीछे की तरफ धकेलना है. You have to push your stomach behind towards your spine, make it space so it becomes like a hollow, and then move it 100 times. This is the kriya which you have to follow. That pull your core muscle inside, suck it inside, hold in the kumbhakam. It is always done in Bahya Kumbhak, as you all know, and towards your spine, make a hollow and move the muscle inside 100 times. Shatavaram. Okay, remember, very important. And this is called Agnisar Kriya, which helps in igniting the gastric fire. And again, it is said Param Gopyam, as it is said for all the Kriyas, and Param Durlabh. Durlabham, or what is the benefit? It becomes Devadeham, which is again the same benefit of the Varisara Dhauti. Any doubt here? It is important. Please write down, make a note of Agnisar Kriya that you have to move it 100 times. Meru Prashtam Shatvaram. ये दो वर्ड आपको वहां पे दे दिया जाएगा and you have to identify which kriya it is. Meru Prashte Shatvaram. These two Sanskrit words will be given and you have to identify which kriya it is. Like this, you have to stand, do the Bahya Kumbhak, pull the core muscle inside, make a hollow and move 100 times. This is Vaishkrit Danta Dhauti. We are starting here. Here also, Kaki Mudra banana hai. Can someone tell me, आज ही हमने पढ़ा है, again which Dhauti we did make the same mudra, Kaki mudra?
Vatsara.
Vatsara. The basic difference, there they have not mentioned the Kaki mudra. They said that make a mouth like crow's beak. There they have become Kaka chocham. Here they have directly mentioned Kaki mudra. Make Kaki mudra. Kaki mudra shodhitva puriye dudaram marutam dhariye dheryama chu chaliyed do varmana. Esha Dhautim Paragopyam na Prakashe Kadachanam. So it is said that do the Kaki Mudra, drink or suck the air inside, and you need to move the air for very, very important, right? Adha peher, adha peher, that is 1.5 hour. 1.5 hour. In hours, you have to write 1.5 hour. Adha peher. 1 yam is equal to 3 hours. Ardha yam, 1.5 hour. Ardha yama. This word here you can see. Ardha yama. 1 yam is equal to 3 hours. Ardha yam, 1.5 hour. I'm moving ahead, hoping that there is no problem in understanding this much. If anyone have any doubt, okay, let's go ahead. Nabhi Magrojale Stitva Shakti Nadi Visarjayet Karabhyam Shalayel Nadim Yavanam Malam Visarjanam. As I told you that it includes two parts. One was the your Bhaishkat Dhauti, and then this here comes the Prakshalan Karma, which is very advanced type of practice when you can hold the air for 1.5 hours. Only then you can practice this Kriya. So again, you can understand how difficult it is. For this, you already must have mastered your Agnisar Kriya. It is understood that way. Then later on, you have to practice Vaishkrit, and then you have mastered even that 1.5 hour you can hold the air inside your stomach. Then you can do this Kriya. Here they have said that stand in water up to the navel. You have to stand in water till level and push out the rectum, which is your Shakti Nadi. You have to remember the Hindi word because rectum becomes very common and generalized. Shakti Nadi. So what is your Prakshalan Karma? That you have to stand in water till level water and push out your Shakti Nadi, wash it and put it, remove the wastage, the stool part, whatever is sticking over those areas, clean it and put it back. So just imagine how difficult is the process. So when the nadi is clean, draw it in. You have to suck it and draw it in. This cleansing practice of Dhauti is very secret and it is not accessible to the even gods. So it is called Mahadhauti. This Prakshalan Karma is known as Mahadhauti. Underline it, remember it. Okay, so this Prakshalan Karma is known as Mahadhauti. What we have to do, we have to stand in in water till level and push out your Shakti Nadi, wash it, clean it and draw it inside. Very difficult to even imagine and you have to be very mastered to do that.
Ma'am, we have to sit in Utkatasana, right?
Yes. All these type of Kriya which is related to Basti Karma is usually in Utkatasana. We are starting Danta Dhauti. If anyone has doubt till now, please raise your hand. You may ask your question. Anyone? Before starting Danta Dhauti, let us do the short revision. That how many type of Shatakaram is there? Anyone please open your mic and tell me the sequence.
Dhauti, Bhasti, Nauli, Lauliki, Trataka, and Kapalabhati.
Now you have to tell me the type of Dhauti. Any other person? You may attempt, open your mic and just say it.
अंतर धोती, दंत धोती, हृदय धोती, मूल सदन.
Okay, now you have to tell me type of Anta Dhauti. It will be a revision for you. Yeah, please, Kalpana. Anyone, please?
Vatsara, Varisara, Agnisara, and Bahishkrita.
Bahishkrit. Bahishkrit has two parts. One is Vaishkat and the Prakshalana Karma. And it is known as the Mahadauti. So till here we have covered this much. I will ask in which Kriya you have to move your your muscle 100 times. Shatvaram. Meru Prashti Shatvaram.
Agnisara.
Agni, sir.
Okay.
Agnisaram.
Okay.
Vahinisar.
And Deha Nirmal Karakam is the benefit of all the Shatkarma in journal, and Divya Deham, sorry, Deva Deham is the benefit of
Varisara.
Varisar and also Vahini, sir.
Nahi.
Devadeham. Only Devadeham.
Dev,
And
Deva Deham is
Devadeham, Nirmal, both. Varisar and Vahini, sir.
Vahini Sar nahi hai. Anyone?
Vatsara and Varisara.
Vatsara.
Bahishkrat also. Okay, Bahishkrat Dhauti also. It is Durlabh for even God. It is said that it is difficult to attain by the God itself. Okay, so make the comparative note that this word is given in which all types and refer it that way. Bahishkrat has Devadeham, Vahinisar has Devadeham, and Varisar. So other than Vatsar, all three mentions the Devadeham word. Please make a note. Varisar, Vahinisar, and Bahishkrat, all three have Devadeham. And Jatradhani Vivardhanam is the benefit of which Kriya?
Vahini, sir. Agni, sir.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Sarva Rog Shay Karakam is the benefit of which Kriya?
Vatsara.
Vatsaram.
Very nice. So we are done till here. We'll do one or two types of Danta Dhauti. That is cleansing your teeth. Here, just make note that which type of powder is used to clean the teeth and the timings. From this shlok, those are the important things. Khadirena rasena tha shuddha tikya tatha marjyen dantva moolam cha yavik vash maharet danta moolam paradhauti yoginam yoga sadhane nitye kurya prabhate cha danta rakshach yogavitam danta moole dhavani karyashu yoginam matam. Okay. So, Dantamul, when you have to do it? Every morning, only one time. With what you have to do it? Rub or massage the root of the teeth with juice of Khadir plant. So underline this word. Kudir ka ras, Kudir plant you have to use with clean, or other than this, what you can use? Vishuddha mitti or clean earth. Earlier times, the clean or the Vishuddha mitti, the Kali mitti, the clean clay was used to clean the teeth as well the hair also, and used to become hair very soft. So Vishuddha mitti and the Khadir plant until impurities are removed. Yogis must adopt this method every morning. When to do it? Every morning, one time. And what to be used? Khadir plant and Vishuddha mitti instead of that clean earth. Those who know yoga consider Danta Dhauti to be significant part of purification process. This much only. Now comes the Jihva Shodhanam. Now, this question is very much asked, that this is actually the short form. Before doing your Khechari sadhana, you have to elongate your tongue. For that, when you have to roll your tongue and enter into the Kapal Goharam, your tongue has to be elongated. This is the pre-requirement for that you do this and elongate your tongue. Athatha sampravakshayami jiva shodhanam karanayam jara marana roga vinashini shaye dirgha lambika. So this word dirgha lambika means your lambika is tongue becomes elongated. Dirgha ho jati hai. Dirgha means lamba, lambika means your tongue. Okay. So, and what are the benefit of doing this kriya is jara marana vinashini. Please write the benefit is jara marana vinashini. And what it helps in your dirg, your lambika becomes dirg means your tongue becomes elongated. For the further practice of Hechri, it will be required. And how it is to be done? Just let us read once. Jara is आपका old age, Maran means death, and Rog means disease. It removes all three. So please remember the Sanskrit word itself, because otherwise it is difficult and mixed up with many other things. So Jara Maran Vinashini, that one word you have to remember. How to do it? This is the process. Which all fingers to be used? Tarjani, Madhyama and Anamika. Please write down Tarjani, Madhyama, Anamika. Madhyama is middle finger, Tarjani is index finger, Anamika is this ring finger. You have to use 3 fingers. The root of the tongue should be cleaned by inserting the index, middle and ring finger in the throat. Kapha disorders are removed by slowly and gently rubbing the tongue. Once this cleansing and rubbing is over, apply a little butter on the tongue. Navanitam, है ना? What to be applied? Navanit. Again, perform the action like that of a milking a cow. Margin. This kriya is called margin. You have to use 3 fingers and do the margin kriya of your tongue to clean it. Thereafter, stretch the tongue out with the help of small tongue. लोहे का चिमटा हिंदी में बताया गया है, tongue, which we can use to make chapati also. That is that instrument to be used to elongate the tongue. The length of the tongue increases by doing this practice daily. And this is important. When to be done? Sunrise and sunset. So our first, your Dantamul to be the first kriya, Danta, that is to be done only in the morning. This Jiva Mool is to be done twice a day using 3 fingers. You have to remember all 3 fingers name. And what to be applied? That is Navanitam. Tarjani Madhyama Anamika Anga Gul Traye Yogataha Veshadya the Madhye to Marjya Lambika Moolikam. है ना, लंबिका का मूल मतलब कि रूट ऑफ द टंग को मार्जिन करना है. शने शने मार्जित्वा कफ दोष निवारे. दिस इज द बेनिफिट यू हैव टू राइट. इट क्लियर्स द कफ दोष. मार्जने वनी तेन दोह च पुने पुने तदग्र लोह यंत्रेण. लोहे का चिमटा, द टोंग, आयरन टोंग, टू बी यूज्ड to pull out your tongue slowly to elongate it. This process will help it to elongate. Nitya kuriya priyatna ravi ru dayake sthite evam krite cha nitye sa lambika dargata varjit. मतलब इसे 2 बार करना है. To be repeated on sunrise and the sunset. So timing is important. How it is to be done, that is important. Which 3 fingers are to be used? Madhyama, Tarjani, Madhyama, Anamika. To be applied. Anyone? You want to say something? You have to apply Navani, that is butter, and elongate. Do the margin kriya. What is the benefit? Kaf dosh ka nash hota hai. It removes the kaf dosha. The third one is Karna Randra Dhauti. Now we have 2 Karn, so this includes 2. So total becomes 5. This question has been asked that how many type of Danta Dhauti is there. So answer was 5. Many students wrote 4 because it is to be considered as 2. So don't make that silly mistake. It is a very silly thing. Tarjaniya Anamika Yogyan Marjik Karnarandryo Nityam Abhyas Yogane Nadantaram Prakashye. Okay, so Tarjani and Anamika, these 2 fingers are to be used to clean the Karnarandra, the whole of the ear to be cleaned by using the 2 fingers. Now it becomes very just thinking how we have to fold the middle finger and use the other 2 fingers. Can you see in my camera? That these 2 fingers to be used and inserted inserted in the ear canal and clean it. So it is actually difficult that how we have to remove the middle finger and use the other two finger, but that is the process written here. And you have to do the abhyas every day. Timing is not mentioned, written nitya abhyas. And what is the benefit? You can hear the naad. So question will come, naad ki abhivyakti किस क्रिया से होती है? From which kriya you can hear the naad? So answer will be Gheranda Dhauti. Just make a note of it. Everyone is clear now? So here two things are important. Which two fingers are to be used? That is ring finger and anamika, index and anamika. And you have to rotate and clean. Timings nahi diya hai, bola hai nitya abhyas means daily practice. And what is the benefit? You can hear the clear naad. We'll stop here. We'll continue further from Kapalrand Dhauti onwards tomorrow. And any question you can ask me. Please revise because I'm going to ask you questions. Because if I'm doing my part, I will expect that you do a small quick revision and come so that you are prepared with your answers. How many times it to be done, with what to be used. Very small MCQ type of questions I'm going to ask because that is the whole purpose of the class, that you all prepare for your JRF/NET. Okay, so please do the quick revision. And if there is any question, you may ask.
Ma'am, can the timings be little bit like 11:30 if it's comfortable to you and everyone?
This is the time slot available to me. If I ask all the students, some will come up with very different timings. So 11:30. 11:30
if it is possible.
Will let you know. Okay.
Sure,
Any other
sure.
suggestion regarding the understanding of the language, communication, the teaching type, or any other suggestion? That is pretty much welcome by all the students available today.
It was excellent session, Dee. Seriously, it was like very clear. Thank you.
The whole point is that what I'm trying to communicate here should be understood by all of you, not only one, by all of you. But being that I'm assuming that you all studied a bit in your masters, so I'm building up on that because we have only 6 months to prepare for the exam. I don't expect you are like, you don't know anything. You should know something, right? And I hope I'm not expecting like great things from you. Okay, thank you so much. Anyone, please come forward and do the Shanti Mantra. And we'll conclude our class for today. Anyone?
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः